Hello and welcome to the garden. Today I'm trimming up my lilac. Come take a look at what I'm doing and know that it's not the end-all be-all of trimming techniques. It's just what I'm doing, and see if you like it, see if you want to apply it to your lilacs. So here's a branch that has no leaves on it. It's just all dead. So I'm just going to take this off from down here. So here's another one. If you trace up, you can see that there are no leaves on this. This is just a spent branch that's not going to grow any new leaves. I'm going to take it off. Okay, and then if you ever question, oh, is it dead or alive, just trace it up. And look, there's leaves up there. So you wouldn't want to trim that off. You could trim some of these little ones. That's got nothing on it. This one, you see, some of these little ones can come off. It starts to have a light, airy feel to it. It looks really pretty. Let's talk now about trimming off spent blossoms. Let's take a look. This here is a blossom from this year, and it's done. It's much more full and aromatic earlier in spring. Look at this. I neglected to trim the tree last year. See the brown? That's last year's blossom. I'm going to take these off. And one thing I'm going to be careful to do is not go too far. Let me show you what's happening on a lilac. Lilacs don't wait till next year to put on new growth. So take a look. Chase this blossom up and look at these little buds. There's one. There's one. So I'm not going to lop off this whole thing. I'm just going to lop off right here at the base of that spent blossom. See this blossom from this year, and then take a look right there. That might look kind of old, but it's not. Those are buds that are going to show themselves next year. So as I trim, I'm going to be careful not to trim off new buds. Yeah. I'm going to go around the tree and take off blossoms now. Ones from this year, these older ones from last year. Being mindful of new growth on the tree and to not take off the buds. If I chase it up and I look, this one here has a leaf coming off of it, so I don't want to trim that far. I'm just going to go this far. Just take that blossom, but not the leaves. If you accidentally take off something you didn't mean to, don't worry about it. Lilacs are resilient. You're not going to hurt your tree. They respond well to trimming. You can kind of design it however you want to. You've got something that's new growth and perfectly healthy and happy, but you don't like the way it's hanging over where there's seeding or something, or you're walking by a walkway and it hits you in the face, and just trim it off. It's no big deal. And just take it right off. The rest of the tree will be just fine. See? Take a look. I trimmed off the leaf as well as the spent blossom. No big deal. And then what I did was I left a twig sticking out, and oh, there's some cute tiny buds on there. I don't know if we'll see them. Let's see. Yeah, these tiny, these right here, that's a bud. Probably just a leaf bud, not necessarily a flower bud. But again, I'm going to take it from where this next branch comes out. So right here. There you go. So no worries, trim it up how you like it to be. We sit on this little garden wall here, and so I let it hang out just a little bit. You can still sit under there, but if ever I've had lower hanging branches that are just going to hang into somebody's head while they're sitting eating an outdoor dinner or something, just take it off. So these are starting to take shape, and I like the way it looks with the dead growth off. I'm going to keep taking off dead growth and blossoms. Let's see, I'll give you some more examples of dead growth. Right there. Ooh, I might need the thicker clippers for these older pieces. So I think it makes the tree look real nice, and it makes all these branches. I love twists and turns of branches, and so I think a trimming really shows them off. And then you go up into the canopy, and that's all pretty too. Nice and airy and loose after getting rid of all those old blossoms. So I love it. It's a pretty tree. It's an early spring trimming. I'm not being very heavy-handed with it. I'm just taking off blossoms that are spent, and I'm taking off dead growth, and that's it. And I'm being mindful if there's a little bud to leave that on there so that it can spring forth next year. For any friends out there that are reluctant gardeners, please go ahead and get started. You are the gardener of your space. Anyway, happy gardening. You can do it.